This short video will provide you with an introduction to the 30-day free trial offer for the Hirschmann Secure Remote Access solution. It briefly describes the components of the solution. It then explains how the 30-day trial works. Finally, it explores the different connection topologies available to you. More in-depth information about the solution, including manuals and video tutorials, is available on our website. The URL is listed on the contents pages of this video. So let's get started by taking a short look at secure remote access in general. This diagram shows a typical use for remote access. The employee of a machine builder, on the right in this diagram, needs to get access to some equipment located on a customer's site, on the left in this diagram. This access may be for maintenance, troubleshooting, or even a software update. The connection between the internet and the customer's network is protected by a firewall. The firewall will block incoming calls, so it's impossible for the machine builder to get direct access to the customer's network. The problem can be solved if both the machine builder and the customer make outgoing connections to a server on the internet. The connections will use TCP/IP ports which are commonly open on firewalls, for example ports 80 or 443, used for HTML data. So normally no reconfiguration of the firewalls is necessary. The objective of the secure remote access solution is to make the PC running Link Manager appear to be directly connected to the customer's network. The same applications will run. The same IP address can be used. In other words, it's a completely transparent solution. However, as mentioned previously, the purpose of this video is not to describe in detail how the remote access solution works. For in-depth information, please visit our website. This video provides information about the 30-day free of charge trial. So now let's take a closer look at this 30-day trial. So why are we offering a 30-day free trial? Today, it makes sense to test software before you buy it. This is something offered by most software companies, and Belden is no exception. It's difficult to describe software functionality in words. Trying the software yourself will give you the best impression of how well it works. Typically, our products are sold through a sales channel. This means that you would need to contact a reseller in order to get the software. By offering a trial directly, we're reducing the initial effort you need to make, so you can get started immediately. Finally, remote access software is normally complex. You need to be an IT professional to get it working. A core characteristic of the Hirschmann solution is simplicity. We are confident that you will be able to get the system running with no assistance from us. So, unlike other manufacturers, we make the software available for download. You don't need a consultation with us before testing the solution. Just test it. Of course, there is a shallow learning curve, so reading through the concise manual or watching the video tutorials is a good place to start. What do you need to get started? The 30-day trial offer consists of software which can be downloaded from our website. You will also require licenses, and these will be emailed to you. For the trial, you'll be using our trial remote access servers, which are hosted on the internet. This has the advantage that you do not need to configure the server. If you decide to buy the system, you will have the option to use our live internet servers. Alternatively, you can choose to host your own server. In this case, the server would be installed and maintained by you. This second option may better suit your corporate IT policy. For the trial, you will need a Windows PC to run the client software. Ideally, this would be similar to the PC you use for your daily work, running your typical applications. You will also need a second Windows PC to run the remote agent software. The required processing power for this PC is low, so even an old decommissioned PC will work fine. Although outside the scope of this trial, it's also possible to run the agent software on specific Hirschmann hardware, such as the Gecko Ethernet switch. How do you get your licenses? Our website includes a link where you can request the licenses. Behind the link is a form. Nobody likes filling out forms, so we've asked for the bare minimum of information. This information will not be used for any purpose other than setting up the trial account. An email address is required to receive the licenses. It's also helpful if we know which country you are in. This means we can create an account on the server which is geographically nearest to you. If you're based in Asia, but connecting to a server in Europe, you'll be disappointed by the performance of the connection. It normally takes 1 business day to set up your account. We all hate the scenario where you test some software and then the company salespeople keep contacting you. This will not happen. The purpose of this trial is to enable you to make an independent assessment of the system. Always bear in mind that this is a test environment. You can view the look and feel of the system, you can evaluate the configuration options, you can test the performance. But in the end, this is still a trial system. Don't rely on it. For example, unlike the live servers, the trial servers are not supervised 24 hours a day. Most importantly, never connect an evaluation system to an operational network. Finally, to ensure that you can test all the major functionality, your administrator account has been upgraded from basic to premium. Amongst other functionality, the premium account allows you to specify which users can connect to which end devices. So, what happens when the evaluation period ends? As your trial draws to a close, you will receive a notification 7 days before the trial period ends. If you need more time to complete your evaluation, just let us know. When the trial period expires, your account will be deactivated for a period and then it will be deleted. What happens next depends on the outcome of your evaluation. If the system did not meet your requirements, just delete the software from your PC and you're finished. Of course, we would always appreciate your feedback as we continuously develop the solution. If the system is what you are looking for, then contact us. We will let you know the options you have for buying the system. So that's how the 30-day trial works. Now let's take a brief look at some possible test scenarios that could match your requirements. In this section, we will examine 3 specific topologies plus a hybrid topology. Transparent means that an internet connection is already in place and only a remote access solution is required. Wireless LAN describes how to connect remote equipment to a corporate LAN using a wireless client. LTE shows how to configure the solution if there is no internet connection at all. Other topologies are possible, but these 3 are quite representative. Whichever topology is used, there's an important point to remember. The devices being monitored are never communicating over the internet. Or, to put it in a more technical way, these devices do not need a default gateway. Only the PC running the agent software is connected to the internet. In all 3 topologies, there's an engineer with a laptop running the Link Manager client software on the right-hand side in this diagram. The Link Manager software is connected to the Gate Manager server running on the internet in the center of this diagram. On the factory floor, there's a Windows PC running the Site Manager agent software on the left-hand side in this diagram. The Windows PC is collecting information about the supervised devices and sending this information to the Gate Manager server. The only difference between the three scenarios is how the Windows PC communicates to the Gate Manager server. In this transparent example, a connection to the internet already exists via the corporate network. To clarify, if someone attaches a PC to the factory floor network, that person would get access to websites on the internet. All the routing is already in place. In this case, the Site Manager PC can be connected anywhere on the factory floor network. The Site Manager application then needs to be configured. This is certainly the simplest topology. In the second scenario, the factory floor network does not have a connection to the corporate network and therefore no internet access. So the Site Manager PC needs two interfaces. A cabled Ethernet interface connects the PC to the factory floor network. The PC's wireless interface is connected to the corporate wireless LAN. To be clear, the Site Manager PC is not routing between the two interfaces. The devices on the factory floor are not communicating on the internet. The Site Manager PC is collecting information on one interface and transmitting that information on the other. In the real world, the Site Manager PC would not need to be running permanently. It will run only when remote access is required. In the third scenario, no internet access is available at all. So internet access is provided by a 3G or 4G cellular modem. In the diagram, a simple USB solution is shown. But this will work just as well with a standalone router. Many standalone routers, including the Hirschmann OWL family, allow an internet connection to be established by sending an SMS message to the router. In any case, the internet connection should only be established when remote access is required. As previously mentioned, there are many other possible combinations. Just out of interest, here's an example. In this case, the Site Manager PC is tethered to a mobile phone, so the phone acts as a wireless access point. The Site Manager PC will only connect to that specific mobile phone. The phone routes data to the internet via its cellular connection. When the person with the phone walks into the room, a connection from the Site Manager PC is established to the internet. When the person with the phone leaves the room, the internet connection will be dropped. This is an excellent way to ensure that a connection which should be temporary is not left open permanently. Simple but effective. That concludes this brief introduction. If you would like to evaluate the secure remote access solution free of charge for 30 days, apply today. You are not taking a risk or making a commitment. Just fill in the form at www.sra, which stands for Secure Remote Access, .hirschmann.com. You'll receive your account credentials at the email address you used in the form. All software, manuals in PDF format, and video tutorials are available on this site. Other information, such as Gate Manager server availability, is also present. Make sure to take a look. Finally, as always, your feedback is really appreciated. Thank you for watching.